Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Authentic Online Marketing. I'm your host, Ruthie Gray. And before I go any farther, I want to extend an invitation to you to the Refined Conference in Chattanooga, Tennessee, September the 16th. It's on a Saturday. It's a one-day conference at a church there, and I am one of the speakers. I'm going to talk about the frenemy of technology. Now, this is a button pusher. I know we all have a love-hate relationship with technology, and I'm going to go into detail about how to make peace with it when there is so much social angst and controversy, and also how we have this need to promote our content, and yet it's just hard, and it ends up using a lot of our time. And not only that, though, but all the other aspects of technology that entrepreneurs, speakers, writers, authors, podcasters have to use on a daily basis. I just counted up 30 apps and tools that I use on a regular basis. And I know there are more that I use. And we have technology at our fingertips, which is great. But the bad thing is that we can really get sucked into all the details of having to set things up or fix things that broke or find our passwords. It's so frustrating. And every day there's a new challenge. So if you can relate to anything I just said, check out the Refined Conference in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We'll leave it in the show notes. I'm going to be joined by Suzanne Eller, Rebecca George, Kent Sanders, and Sarah Ward, as well as the team from Market Refined Media, to talk about how to propel you forward, to take the next step, to take the next actions that you need to act on your dreams. By the way, I want to say Market Refined Media is the hybrid publication that I'm using to publish my book that's coming out in October. Their team is fantastic. They have been stellar. And if you haven't heard about my book, follow me on Instagram. I'm not going to talk about it right now because I want to talk about technology. So go check out the Refined Conference in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And now let's talk about technology and the tools I'm using, my top time-saving tools for busy entrepreneurs. Are you ready? Buckle your seatbelt. It's going to be good. Listen in.
Welcome to Authentic Online Marketing with Ruthie Gray. Growing awareness for your blog, podcast, book, or product involves more than dancing to reels and yelling, "Buy my thing." This show models quality over clamor so you can put your spin on your message and market in a way that feels authentic to you, because nobody wants to sound like an infomercial. And now, here's your host, Ruthie Gray.
All right, let's go. You know that I'm all about Instagram and email marketing, but there are so many other things that are involved in my work on a daily basis. So in this busy season of writing my book and speaking online and in person at events and attending events, I've found that I have less and less time to think about my posts on Instagram and social media in general. And so the number one tool that is saving my life in this season is called Missing Letter. Missing, LETTR. And by the way, the links to all of these things that I'm talking about will be shared in the podcast notes so that you can check them out too. Missing Letter is a social marketing platform that turns your content into engaging social media posts and helps you schedule them. It is a scheduler that is comparable to Buffer, Hootsuite, Sprout Social, and you can integrate it with Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and other social media platforms, as well as Twitter, the new X. But what I love about it is it's connected to my website. And whenever I come out with a new blog post, or these days it's a podcast, Missing Letter sends me an email and it says it's time to set up your scheduler. And I can go in there and schedule up to 12 posts to drip out from that one episode, and they will drip out all year long. I just go in and set it up, and you can select images. You can select your own images, or you can select Unsplash images within the software. And then it spits out content from your produced article, and it'll be snippets, like things that I've said or quotes that interviewees have said. And I just select whether I want to use them or not. I might need to tweak them or something like that. But so once we set this up, then it will go out on the first day, on the third day, on the seventh day, at 2 weeks, at a month, however I want to do it. And it will go all the way up to month 12, just from that one time that we sit down about 20 or 25 minutes and select all the content, and we set it and forget it. Now, if you're doing this and you are regularly producing content, even if you're only producing content once or twice a month, your social media is going to propagate itself. In other words, I'll go in to Instagram and see a post that I didn't know was going to go live, but it's gaining traction already because it was from this software that we use that we set up once and forgot about it. So then I go in and interact and engage with these folks, and I didn't even have to create a brand new post. Y'all, repurpose your content. You're going to hear me say that a lot. I say it a lot. I know I do, but honestly, stop creating new content and repurpose what you have. You have a gold mine right underneath you. So missing letter is my number one thing that is saving my life. Number two, Voxer. Voxer is like a walkie talkie. It is an app that you can talk on or send texts. And what makes it nice is when you are working with someone, like when I'm working with clients, Voxer is a service that I provide because I can explain in my voice much faster than I can type sometimes. And if they have a quick question, they just want to ask it really fast. Sometimes, though, you're in a setting that is public, and so you can't talk at that moment, but you might get a Vox from your person and you can just type your response back. If you don't use Voxer and you have clients, or if you have a group that you are leading or some kind of community and you need a way to access them and communicate better, you can do this with groups. You can do Voxer groups. And I use it with my VAs as well and my coach too. Anyway, Voxer is number two. Number three, Google Docs. Oh my word. Google Docs is a no-brainer, right? I am always searching my docs for podcasts that I've done in the past or for information that I have tucked away there that's important, testimonies of clients and people in my communities, book information and quotes from my book. And then also something that you can do that you may not realize is you can draw up simple contracts. Some people use HoneyBook and other kind of apps like that draw up, these really pretty official contracts. I use Google Docs. I just use it. I just repurpose Google Docs and I put the links for people to purchase in the contracts. It's so simple. Why not? If you have a proposal and you don't have everything together, like a formal landing page or whatever, use Google Docs. It's how I started, and using just these simple docs, and it's still really my fallback and my go-to. So Google Docs is saving my life. So then the next thing that I use is LETTR.com. Now, I know I said at first that I use Missing Letter, but LETTR.com is also a scheduling app that is for the extra things that I want to put in or that I want to have my VA put in. Like, for instance, our biggie is when a podcast drops, we always have a special carousel that we do on that Monday. And she creates that for me My VA pops those in LETTR.com and schedules them for me for Monday. So I know they're going live. They're all right there. And so with LETTR.com, there is a free version. They call it a light version. And they also correlate with, I think it's Unsplash for images that you might want. It's always going to be my fallback because there is a notes section in there that I like to keep special hashtags in and just special notes that I might need for cultivating my captions and things of that nature. So I've used LETTR.com for 5 years at least. So I always recommend LETTR.com for my scheduler. Number 5 is TidyCal. TidyCal is a software app that is a calendar. If you don't have a calendar and you're having meetings with colleagues, friends, podcasters, people that you want to invite onto your podcast, or perhaps you have clients you need to schedule, get this. It's cheap and it's easy. And I connect it to my Google Calendar, which rules my life, and also my iPhone calendar. And they can just go in and select. On Instagram and on my website, I always say book a 15-minute discovery call. And so we can determine your best needs and see where you need to go. Maybe you need one-on-one business coaching or authentic online marketing school. Or maybe you're looking at my courses. I have a basic course, but you just don't know. Maybe you're confused. So that's what I use. That is the software that I use to book these clients or potential clients. And then it's the software that I use for my coaching and podcast interviews and anything that I need. So if you don't have a calendar, a scheduler, and you find yourself being tripped up by lots of back and forth email, don't do that. That's just a time waster that you don't need. So I'll put the link in there. TidyCal is saving my bacon. The next one is Vimeo. Vimeo is a software where you can upload your video, like from Zoom or anywhere else that you do video, and you can edit it right there. And then it gives you a link that you can use to share. We use it in Thrivecart for our courses, but I also use it to send my clients after, like, we tape all of our videos and then I upload it into Vimeo and send them the link. Here is the copy of our session today so that they can easily view it whenever they want. So that's Vimeo. The next one is Descript. Descript is where I record. It's where I'm recording right now, my podcast. I just hit a button, record. Then I can edit out any words, or I'll have my son, who is my podcast engineer, Indigo Sound. His name is Nolan Gray, by the way, if you need an audio engineer. He will edit that for me in Descript and take out any ands and ums. It has this special button that takes away all the ums, all the fluff words. And you can also use video in Descript, which I do sometimes to edit for my courses. And Descript recently purchased Squadcast, which is an interview type platform. I used to use it in the initial days of my podcasting, and then I switched over to Zoom. Now I may just, because I already pay for Descript, I'm probably just going to go with Squadcast for my interviews. So if you're not using Descript, you're really missing out, because it is a wonderful software for podcast recording and for video editing. And then the last thing that's saving my life right now, because I just couldn't leave you with 7, well, we'll just call it a bonus, because it's so simple to use, yet so valuable to use, yet so affordable, is LastPass. LastPass saves all your passwords. It is wonderful. So that when you forget your password, which I do almost every day, I misplace passwords, you can use LastPass. You can give LastPass to your VA, which I do. It is so great. LastPass, it's just a few dollars a year to buy it. It's like, I think it's under 10, it's at least under 10. It might be under 5. It's saving my bacon. Last pass. Get it? And you will never be the same again. So there you have it. My top 7 entrepreneur tools that are saving my life right now. So let's go through them again. Number 1 is Missing LETTR. It is a social media scheduling tool. Set it and forget it. Number 2 is Voxer. It's an app you can get on your phone, sort of like a walkie talkie. Number 3, Google Docs. Everybody has Google Docs. Are you using them as much as I am? You should be. Number 4, LETTR.com is my social media scheduling app. I pay for each month so that I can stay sane. Number 5 is TidyCal, TidyCal. It is a calendar scheduling tool. You're going to love it. Number 6 is Vimeo for video, uploading, processing. You can even screen record. I didn't even say that. You can screen record on there. I use it for everything. And then number 7 is Descript. It is a video and audio editing and recording software. So those are my top 7 plus a bonus. If you enjoyed this episode, would you share it in your stories and tag me? And I will reshare and tag you back. I would love that. Let's take it one step farther. If you are a listener and you are gleaning from this podcast, would you please tap the 5 stars on the listening app of your choice and leave a review? That means so much. It gives credibility and more listeners will come and we will be able to produce even more podcasts and content for you. And this will just help us so much. It just gives us a great boost that we're on the right track and we are delivering to your needs and giving you what you need. Again, don't forget to check out the Chattanooga conference, Refined Conference. Come and join me September 16th. It's going to be so great. It's just one day. That's it. Come see us. All right. I already have some friends that are meeting up and I'm going to meet them IRL. I've never seen them yet, but I have networked with them for years. So it's going to be amazing. If you haven't done an in-person event, if you're kind of close to the area or maybe even you have family in the area, come and visit them and come and visit me and let's celebrate together. All right. Thank you so much for listening today. Don't forget to share the episode and tag me in stories. And until next time, be sure to share your message your way in your own authentic voice.